this.
Welcome to Dylan Bill, episode 6.
An interesting episode.
We have a lot of news here today. And we got power rankings came out for ESPN. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our prediction was well wrong about Le'Veon Bell. He is going on the bandwagon to the Chiefs. Did anyone expect that? Yes. But did I think it was going to happen? No. What are your thoughts?
I'm happy I got him on my fantasy team. If I didn't have him, I'm screwed. I got like Philip Lindsay as the only other person I have.
Well, at least you didn't have Devlin Singletary who gets one touch a game and you thought he was going to
I
be
have
good
him
this
on
year.
my bench. I keep trying to trade him, but
I know, no one wants him. It's terrible. We have Tua. He is now starting.
Tua.
He will now be starting
I
for...
don't think he played enough. They have a bye week this week.
Listen, Fitzpatrick's been playing really good this year, though. It's hard to take him out. Maybe they're just trying to get some rookie experience going now. Fitzpatrick's had a great
They should
year.
have played him last game against the Jets. They have another Jets game they'll play.
I agree because they are good. They are good. They're not bad. Could be a lot worse.
They played the Jets twice, so they should have saved him for the next Jets game.
I agree.
Hope they'll be like 0-12 by that point.
I agree, 100%. Next we have Ezekiel Elliott. Fumbling the ball 2 times, crucial possessions, and lost your team the game. He 100% lost.
I don't think that lost. I think they just suck.
Well, I also think that when you fumble the ball twice and you give up two turnovers because your best player, one of the best backs in the league, fumbles the ball twice in 2 possessions. I mean, it's hard to come back from that. Like Andy Dalton, he has experience, so he should be able to come back from those games, but looked kind of rough the other day for...
I think Zeke's fine.
You do?
Yeah,
I think so too,
he
but I don't...
He's like 20 fantasy points at least a game.
Yeah, but
fantasy-wise.
This is what I say, though. I mean, like, Zeke, he's not playing for anything now, so it's kind of hard for him to, like, have that passion, because when you had Dak Prescott, you felt like you were a playoff contender, and they still are playoff contenders somehow. They're, like, 1 game out of the first seed, or they are the first seed.
The AFC North got lucky. They're playing the NFC East.
Very lucky, and I'm happy.
They got, like, 1 win.
I am blessed.
They're, like, 3-20 or something like that.
All right, our next topic will be Kyler Murray going back onto that game. He is good.
MVP. Kyler for MVP.
And for starters, Dallas Cowboys are in the playoffs with their first in their division, NFC East, 2-4. So they are in the playoffs right now.
I think the Steelers play them soon, like 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Yes, 3 weeks. Because then we play Titans, Ravens, Cowboys.
That's going to be a good game, Titans and Steelers.
I'm excited. All right, Josh Allen. Let's talk about him. Lost 2 straight. He hasn't looked pretty good in those 2 games.
They have no running. They have no rushing offense.
Well, I mean, they don't even try to run the ball, though, for being completely honest. I mean,
if they would have got Le'Veon Bell, that's why I thought he was going to go there. They have no
this is the thing the Chiefs are going to do now. They're going to go run Le'Veon Bell 25 times a game and throw the ball to him 10 times. They're going to wear him out, get rid of him next year. They're going to have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they're going to be fine.
He had a big game.
He had a really good game with like 180 yards maybe rushing.
He had like 171 or
And
161.
it was like under 20 carries, wasn't it? Close to it? He had a good game. He was running all over.
He had 2 touchdowns.
The Bills' defense is usually good at run stopping, but they were horrible yesterday. We're going to talk about the non-human person. I want you to guess what I'm talking about, and that's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry.
Chase Claypool.
No. Derrick Henry is literally a god.
I have him on my fantasy team.
I have him too, and I love him.
40 points.
Man, that guy, he's
Like
quick.
a 94-yard run or 96-yard.
Yeah, no, he's quick too.
I wanted the Cleveland Browns to draft him. It was like pick 35 or something like that.
Derrick Henry's a stud.
I forget who they went with. Probably some bum. I think it was Emmanuel Ogbah. That's who it was. He plays for the Chiefs. He's so bad.
Let's talk about Chandler Jones and Devin Bush, both out for the year. Sad.
I don't think Devin Bush is going to be that big of an issue for the Steelers, but I think Chandler Jones is going to be a big issue.
If you watch that Steelers
Cardinals.
defense, though, Spillane, that guy who came in, he is so slow. And Vince Williams is slow. They can't play.
It didn't even matter because
it was over when he was hurt.
The D-line is so good that it doesn't matter.
Devin Bush was just so quick, so that's why he was such a good fit for our team. And it kind of sucks that he's gone now.
And
Chandler
similar
Jones,
to Ryan Shazier, it's the exact same situation.
Yes.
Obviously not as bad.
Imagine if we would have had Shazier this year. Oh, God. Chandler Jones, another stud, literally a stud.
That's massive.
Massive
He's
loss.
arguably the best defensive end in the NFL. D lineman, period.
He is so good. Quick, strong.
Him, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Joey Bosa, I think, are leagues of their own.
Our last topic for the news, and that is Julio Jones and Matt Ryan safe in Atlanta before the trade deadline? Because I just saw something came out, just a rumor, that they could both be shipped and take full tank mode.
I hope they trade Julio for his sake.
know.
His careers are wasted. He needs to go to like the Patriots or something.
That'd
Can
be
you imagine
nice.
him and Cam Newton?
Cam Newton, he's not. It's kind of like
He's had a bad
he's
game.
underperforming for me right now. It's kind of upsetting.
Remember they missed like a week and a half of practice too.
Yes, they did. That's why I was like, okay, he should be okay.
And he also missed the week before because he had the coronavirus, so that could still mess him up a little bit.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think he's fine.
All right, let's check out the playoff picture right now. The first
Browns, I think, are number 5 in the AFC.
6
Still.
because
Six.
the Steelers are number 1.
I think they're tied. They're tied with somebody, though. Tied with the Bills.
No, they're tied in 7th because the Bills now at the 4 seed. They're
That
tied with,
might not have updated yet.
the Ravens are now 5-1. You have the Titans who are 5-0. No, so I'm going to go down in order. We have the Steelers at 1 right now, Titans 2, Chiefs 3, Bills 4, Ravens 5, Browns 6, Colts 7, and then the playoff hunt you got the Raiders, Dolphins, Broncos, Patriots. What are your thoughts? Do you think any of that's going to change anytime soon? Do you think a team could actually slip
Hard. I
in?
think it's going to be exactly like the. I think the Raiders will go over the Colts.
I think, yeah, that's my opinion
I
too.
think the Browns will move down to 7, and the Raiders will take their spot, and Colts will be out.
All right, I agree with that. Okay, now let's go check out the NFC. Got 1 Seattle, 2 Chicago Bears,
That's not good.
3 Tampa Bay, 4 Dallas, 5 Green Bay, 6 Cardinals, 7 Rams, 8 New Orleans. And then in the playoff hunt, you also have Carolina, San Francisco, and Detroit. You have 2 teams. You have,
That's terrible.
It's
It's so
bad.
bad.
and the fact that Dallas Cowboys are in the 4th seed bothers me.
The AFC is just so good this year.
It is good.
It's not even close.
Now let's check. What do you think will change? Who do you think will jump up to that number 1 spot? And I have my opinion on it now. On who I think is gonna jump up.
I think the Packers and the Seahawks are easily locked for number 1.
You really do think that? You know, who my team is Brady. Will take
I
it.
think they'll be 3. I think
They are tough. They look so good against the Packers. Their defense look
From
good.
3-1, it'll be the Bucks, the Seahawks, and then the Packers. I think the Packers just had a bad game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, are they not? They're not first in their division anymore. Isn't it Chicago?
Yeah, I mean the Bears. I think they'll be like a 5th or 6th, but
They'll be in.
They're
They'll
not
be
gonna
in.
be undefeated.
They're not bad though.
I think the Cowboys. No, the Cowboys. I think the Eagles sneak in there. Actually, they had a really good game against the Ravens. People don't.
They have a tough schedule.
No one's talking about that. Carson Wentz put up 28 points. He carried the Eagles.
He was bad in the first half too. Very bad.
I've been saying that Carson Wentz, don't sleep on him. He is nobody. He is literally no one. And now Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders are out.
And he also doesn't have Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson are both hurt. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard for that. And the fact that Dak Prescott's still leading the league
They'll
in
sneak in.
passing is kind of
I think
upsetting.
the Eagles win a couple games.
Okay, let's move on to the power rankings. And I think we're going to agree with a lot of this, but there's some things that I'm like,
I agree with. I already know off the bat I don't like the Packers power ranking. I checked earlier. I was just looking at this last period, by the way.
okay, 32, the Jets.
Yeah.
They should be 40th. You should put some high school
Should be
football teams in front
Clemson
of
ahead
them.
of them.
God, the
Ohio
Jets
State.
are awful. 31 Giants. Can't argue that.
Yeah.
The 30, the Jacksonville Jaguars. You can't argue that either. 29, Washington football team. Surprising team.
I think they should be a little higher.
You think?
Yeah.
Over Atlanta?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Atlanta's at 28.
Atlanta's been so bad.
I think Atlanta.
They're falling apart, especially if they trade Matt Ryan or Julio Jones.
Last
Their
week they
season's
looked
done.
tough though. We have. Huh?
I can see that though.
All right, 27. We have Cincinnati Bengals, and
They gotta be higher, dude. They've been underrated. They've been playing some hard, close games.
they should have won last week. God, we got to win that
They're
game.
the exact same as the Chargers.
Chargers are a little higher, as you can see. Texans are above them.
Texans are so bad this year.
Sean
They
Watson's
suck.
carrying that team. We have the Vikings next, 25.
I think they gotta be higher. They haven't played bad at all.
But they also
I'm surprised
have,
they're at 25.
they have the Broncos in front of them. I don't know about that.
Nah, the Broncos are poopy. I don't care. They beat like a Patriots team as no one.
23, the Lions moved up a couple spots. They're a good team. They just have no. They're just like.
It's the same old story of the past 10 years. They've
Yes, I agree.
mediocre.
Team in front of them is the Eagles. We're talking about.
Eagles gotta be higher after they just put up almost 30 on the Ravens.
Well, wait until you see the teams in front of them that are kind of sad. You have the 21 Chargers. I can agree with the Chargers being above them, in my opinion.
I can see right now if the Cowboys are ahead of the Chargers, they are obviously, and the Eagles, then the list is stupid. Cowboys should be like 28th.
20 is Cowboys. They're falling
No,
off.
they
They're not
should
going to win
not
more than.
be
They're not going to win more than 4 games. In the
As
rest
soon
of
as
the
Dak
season.
got injured, they go down to 25.
And they were still winning. 19 Miami. Not a bad choice. I mean, they've been playing some tough football. Ryan Fitzpatrick's been looking tough. What do you think?
I like Miami.
I do too. I like
I
their
took
defense.
Ryan Fitzpatrick as my fantasy QB for Russell Wilson last week.
I did too, and it was a great pickup. Got me the win.
They had like 17.
Hey, gets the job done. It's better
Good
than
job.
better than Drew Brees is 4. You know, he gives me every week. Get rid of him. He's a bum.
Oh my gosh.
All right, 18th we have Carolina. Underrated team. I think they're a
I
sleeper.
like Carolina.
They're a sleeper team. I mean, they're pretty tough. They play tough football too. 17 above them, 49ers. You agree or disagree?
I think the Niners have been. They just get blown
I mean, I
out
feel
by
bad
the
for the
Dolphins.
Niners. I think the Niners would be a top 10 team if they
How
had
do
their whole
they?
team.
How do they get blown out by the Dolphins yet they're ahead of the Dolphins? That doesn't make any sense.
And the Dolphins won 2 weeks straight.
Here they play the Rams. I think.
Well, they beat the Rams. They played good. Jimmy Garoppolo played good that game. I think, didn't he? He played okay.
I never liked Jimmy Garoppolo.
Um,
So overrated.
You know, I think a team that's pretty low is Arizona Cardinals at 16.
They got a top 10, at least. Him, Kyler Murray, and
You know, I got. There's 2 teams. These next 2 teams that we just named, the Cardinals and this other team, and there's a team in front of them that I don't think is true at all. You have the Raiders at 15. I think that's
I like the Raiders.
New England over them. Come on, New England at 14. I don't.
I think AFC's close. I'm telling you.
Give me the Raiders and Cardinals
I think
over.
the Patriots sneak into the playoffs. I think the
They've been
Dolphins
playing
could.
bad, but I mean they have. In the next 2 weeks, if they can win, then I'll agree.
The
But
Browns, the Dolphins, and the Jets. Or not the Jets. The Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Browns are gonna fight for the 7th spot
okay.
for sure. Because the
our
Bills.
Next team is 13th, Cleveland Browns.
I think they should be like. I mean, I can see that. I think they should be like 11, maybe 10.
I can
But
see that too because there's
They have
teams.
a lot of injuries.
I'd say 11 because do you think the Rams are still better?
I mean, they were only like number 9 anyway last week. They were maybe even 10. So I mean, going
well, there's a
down
couple
3
teams in
spots,
front of them that I'm just like iffy about, like the Indianapolis Colts.
it could be bad like the Packers. The Packers got like they were
dropped
number
out.
1 and
They
they
dropped.
lost by 30 and they got like completely thrown down the list by one of the best teams in the league. But the Browns got blown out by 30 by the best team right now in the league,
You think the Steelers are the best team in the league?
record wise. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think they are, but record wise they are.
After the Colts, we have the Bears. I can see that at 11.
Record wise, I could see it.
11 or 12. You know, they're a team that's 5-1. They're not even top 10. I'll just prove to you. 10 spot, the Rams.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like it. They've
And
been playing some
Robert
good.
Woods.
They've been playing some good football.
I like Robert Woods. And when you have Aaron Donald on your team, I mean,
Cooper Kupp looking good. I mean, all right. I mean,
he
they
fell
lost.
off a
They
he fell
lost.
off a little bit, but Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are amazing wide receivers.
The 9 spot is the Saints. I don't know.
The Saints should not even be.
I don't think the Saints are higher than the Browns or I just think the Browns should be a little bit higher than the Saints. I mean, the Saints have been playing some good football though too.
That was an argument last week. Is if the Saints were ranked ahead of the Browns, and people said they should not be.
I don't think they should either.
I still don't think they should be, even after this week. Did they? I forget who they play.
The Saints, I think they had a bye week, didn't they?
Yeah, they did have a bye week. That's why they didn't play.
Okay.
They probably would have lost.
Definitely. All right, 8 spot, Buffalo Bills.
Maybe
Okay.
higher. They could be higher.
I
I
see
put them at like 6.
these teams in front of them are tough. You gotta like listen to these teams. You got 7 Buccaneers. They're not higher than the Bucks. The Bucks are playing good football right now. Tom Brady's looking like his old self. Gronk got some targets the other day.
I dropped Gronk. I drafted him, but I dropped him.
He looked good. Their defense looked outstanding. Aaron Rodgers.
Their defense is a good pickup right now. No one has it.
Aaron Rodgers pooped the bed.
Oh yeah, he got one. I think
he finally played a good team, and
I think he got 1 point.
Yeah,
I lost my week because of him.
He had like 180 yards and 2 interceptions. They literally shut him down, even though he was doing this.
Key and Peel celebration.
6 Packers. They did drop a lot.
Yeah,
but
Packers
then
went from 1 to 6.
But when you hear these top 5 teams, it's hard to not put those teams ahead of them. 5 Titans. They got to be ahead.
Titans are a Super Bowl sleeper.
The Titans are good. Ryan Tannehill is good.
I like Ryan Tannehill.
Derrick Henry's good. They have some good receivers, Corey Davis and A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown has been good.
How about that one catch in overtime? That was nice.
Yeah. A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, and Ryan Tannehill was ridiculous. I think they're a Super Bowl favorite. They're not a favorite, but they're Super Bowl.
Their defense is strong, too. Jadeveon Clowney.
I'm saying Super Bowl right now if we make early predictions. I'm thinking Packers and Titans.
Okay, I think Steelers, Seattle. I do think the Steelers... Now listen, this is why.
I'm not buying the Steelers. I'm sorry.
How? We literally manhandled your team.
They just have not played anybody. The Browns were completely decimated by injuries. They just have played no one. Okay. I think next week, if they beat the Titans, then yes. They just played nobody.
I'm telling you.
They got a bye week left. They had a bye week before the Browns game. They were all completely injured.
Well, that's not, you act like we want the bye week 4. We wanted it week 7, where we had it at. We had to lose it because the Tennessee Titans, COVID.
It's still a bye week. They had a healthy week. Everyone was completely healthy against the completely injured Browns. They had no starting running back. Their starter now is injured. He had pretty much has had a groin injury.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Their starting safeties were injured.
Kareem Hunt should be a top 10 running back.
Because he groin injury though.
Yeah, because we manhandled him. He had no chance.
He had one since 3 weeks.
That's what all of them say when they're bad. Like Juju had arm injury. No, we just don't throw you the ball. Sorry, it's the truth. That's what everyone likes to say. 4 Ravens. I agree because this is why.
That is hard. The Ravens haven't not even been doing that.
What is Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson's usually their whole offense.
He almost lost to the Eagles yesterday. I was really hoping.
What was that play call for the 2-point conversion, by the way? That was a horrible call.
Why would you do that? It's so stupid.
Everyone's like, man, dude, Judon, great play. That was a horrible offensive play call.
They think
horrible.
They think he's Cam Newton. He's built like Cam Newton. He's not Cam Newton.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
No, that was bad. 3 the Steelers. I can agree. And then
I think they should be. They'd be 3.
No, Patrick Mahomes are definitely better. 2 the Chiefs. Just gave it away. Chiefs are playing tough football, but they are looking.
Chiefs got to be number 1. Chiefs are the best team in the league.
I do agree, but they're beatable from what I've seen.
Who was number 1? Seahawks.
Seahawks are so overrated. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are. I think Steelers should be 2.
I do think I do think Seattle is the best team in the NFC right now, though. Just,
and that's relative because the NFC sucks.
They're bad. They're like the
AFC has had.
They're like the East of the NBA compared to the West. Not looking too hot.
If you look at the top AFC, Chiefs, what are they 5-1, 5-0, something like that. Titans 5-0, Steelers 5-0, Browns 4-2, Bills 5-2, something like that. 4-2, 4-1.
Maybe 4-2.
Yeah. They are all dominating. And then there's 2 4-win teams in the NFC. The rest are 1 and 2.
All right, I have one more question for you before we end this. Give me your top 5 teams right now, in order. From looking at this list.
Starting from I 5, I would put Steelers.
At 5?
Yeah, I'd put them at 5. I don't know. They could be 5, anywhere from 5 to 3. I think they would be. They haven't played anybody. They have not played anyone. Sorry. They played nobody. The only people they played was the Browns, and they were completely injured on everything.
We injured their whole team. We made Baker
They
Mayfield.
were injured before they did.
Come on, there's just excuses.
The Steelers injured Grant Delpit's Achilles preseason.
He didn't play all year, though.
Nick Chubb's MCL, Baker's ribs, and the Colts.
Don't play that.
Our Jarvis has a hip injury.
Mama ain't raised no wuss, and he got murdered. Should have kept Case Keenum that whole game.
They should have put him in the second half.
easily.
But it was lost. He shouldn't have been playing anyway. Steelers haven't played anybody.
My 5 team is the Ravens. I know it's pretty low.
I'd put them at 5 actually. Yeah.
And then my 4 team, and this is going to shock some people, but I'm going to go Seattle at 4. I do think Seattle, if Seattle's going against, I just don't know. I don't think that they're playing.
It's hard to make a top 5. I know at least number 1 will be Chiefs.
I think 1 is the Chiefs too. But I do think the Titans are better.
There is hard.
I think Titans and Steelers are better than Seattle.
I'd say Titans 2. 3 would be. I can't. It's hard to do. There's from 3 to 5 is either the Ravens, the Steelers, the Bucks, the Packers.
I'll give you mine. I'm going to give you
Seahawks.
5 Ravens, 4 Seattle, 3 Steelers, 2 Titans, 1 Chiefs. And I do
I'm
think.
sticking with Steelers at 5.
But
I'm sticking with them at 5.
But how?
I am putting them at 5. I can't. I try to be objective.
Okay.
I just can't.
All right, but when we
5
beat,
is good. 5 is fine.
we deserve our 1 spot when we beat the Titans this week.
If they beat the Titans, they're the best team in the league.
I agree too. Let's go, baby. Steel curtain, baby. We're gonna go out with a dub.
Watch, Derrick Henry's gonna tear his ACL from that practice, and then they're gonna be like best team in the league. Beat the Titans.
That's not gonna happen. Well, guys.
If I'm just saying, last year the excuse was that Mason Rudolph and Big Ben was hurt in the Browns game.
Okay, come on.
I don't want to hear it when Baker's hurt. It's the same thing. It's the exact.
It's not that. You guys have a better backup quarterback than your starting quarterback.
It's worse to play with an injured starter than it is to play with a backup who's been in the whole year.
Listen, but Case Keenum should have been playing that whole game.
Case Keenum better than Mason Rudolph?
Yes. There's no doubt.
Now?
Yes.
Not 3 years ago.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes. Yes. He was 11-3. They got rid of him for no reason. They brought in Kirk Cousins, a guy who can't even find the target from me to you.
That's a system, though. That was Stefanski's system.
Well, Stefanski now has Case Keenum, and he's going to be high on him. I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield does not have a job right now. He's in jeopardy. Come on, Baker is so bad.
This year, at least, I agree. He has been really bad.
Who is Baker? Minka's at pick 6. Who is he throwing the ball to there? That was a horrible read.
They're held back by a lot of things by Baker. I'll agree with that.
I do think that
he's better than Case Keenum.
I don't think so.
It's not a question.
I don't think so. I think that they
you
should.
You didn't watch any of the practice. He was a bomb at practice.
Case Keenum needs a shot.
Case Keenum can't even throw touchdowns at practice. He's not going to throw against the Steelers defense.
I mean, all right, but I'm just saying, Steelers.
Steelers
My 3 spot.
I'm putting that number 20.
Steelers are definitely my 3 spot. I think they proved a lot of people wrong this week because everyone thought the Browns had a chance because they have their best team or whatever. No, they just got manhandled. We absolutely manhandled them. Our defense is top notch. We proved that if we could play like that every week, we could be a Super Bowl team. That was probably the biggest game of the year so far because
injuries.
I mean, injuries are part of the game. You can't get mad at them. I mean,
doesn't mean you can't,
how happy were you? How happy were you guys when you guys beat us in the Cleveland last year?
I wasn't happy at all because Myles Garrett got suspended for the year.
Oh, that's his fault. He's an idiot. This one's for Miles, right? Kareem Hunt. Does that one sound familiar, buddy? Alrighty, we're gonna end that here.
Well, I'll watch when the Steelers miss the playoffs because they beat nobody. Well, we'll see.
They're not gonna miss them.
I can't wait.
Come on,
the Browns are gonna play the Steelers. Watch, all this trash talk will come right back. Week 17, they're gonna be tied for the playoff 7th spot. Watch. And the Browns beat them week 17. I don't want to hear it.
Well, we're
I'm
playing.
gonna come back to this video.
Listen, we have the Washington football team still. We have
We're gonna
the
play
Cowboys.
a bunch of bums and get 10 wins, and then they're the best team. They're gonna lose in the
10
playoffs
wins?
in the last 12 years.
We're going 12-4, 13-3 in my opinion right now.
Haven't won anything since 2008, but they always beat up a weak division, and they think they're the best team ever. They get 4 free wins the past 10 years in the division.
Okay, so do the Ravens though.
The Ravens have been 8-9.
They won the Super Bowl
until 2 years ago. They were 9 wins with Joe Flacco at the Super Bowl, or 10.
They were never bad. Their defense has always been good.
I don't buy the Steelers. I'm sorry.
How don't you? I don't understand how you don't see it. You guys had a top offensive line. You guys had a top defensive line. You guys had top rushing. And we manhandled all 3 of those spots. We beat you at your own game. We beat you with the defensive line.
They were all injured.
Come on. I don't want to hear that.
Their starting right guard's injured. He's the best in the NFL.
We don't have David DeCastro. He's gone. It's not like he would have changed anything. Bud Dupree was on the left side.
And they didn't block. But
TJ Watt. I mean, you guys couldn't guard anyone. You guys are like little minifigures.
They were injured.
I don't want to hear it. Chris Hubbard.
Okay, well then
stinks.
last year, then the Steelers should have went to the Super Bowl without Ben Roethlisberger because injuries don't matter, right?
I mean,
No, they only matter when it's the Steelers, right?
Well, Mason Rudolph throws like a
Case Keenum
4-year-old.
throws like a 4-year-old.
No, he does not. So you're telling me that Case Keenum is better?
Yeah, I
worse
wish
than
Myles Garrett went out there on that last play in the helmet on Mason Rudolph. Boom, 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 right on his head.
I have a question.
Threw him
though.
right out of Pittsburgh.
I have a question though. Mason Rudolph or Case Keenum then?
Case Keenum.
Okay, then you're
But
smart. Okay.
If Case Keenum started the whole year, then yeah.
What about right now? You're gonna put someone in the game. Game's on the line. Mason Rudolph or Case Keenum? Who you taking?
I'm Case Keenum, but
Okay.
you
Mason
have to-
Rudolph.
I don't care. You have to look at the situation.
And then you guys lost to our third string named Duck Hodges. His nickname is the Duck. You lost to him.
No defense. When they were like 3-10.
They weren't 3-10.
They were losing record at least. They weren't playing for anything. Steelers were playing for the playoffs.
And they were already average. The Steelers 8-8. If you win that game against the Ravens, you're in the playoffs, or tied, you're in the playoffs, or whatever. I mean,
Steelers trash.
okay. Wait until we're gonna be the 1 seed.
They're not top
13-3. 13-3.
They're not going 13-3.
Okay, let's go. All right, before we end this, let's go look at their schedule. Because I don't understand how you're not buying this.
12 years, the Steelers beat up on bums and then lost in the first round of the playoffs.
First round? Who beat us in the first round? 2017, we went to the AFC Championship.
I still lost in the playoffs.
We lost to Tom Brady, the best quarterback ever. We would have 8 rings right now.
The Chiefs, the Broncos, they lost to last time. They made
The Broncos, we lost them in 2011, and the Chiefs were...
That was when 2015, 2014? When did the Broncos make the Super Bowl?
We didn't lose to them in the playoffs, Broncos.
Then it was the Chiefs then.
It was the Chiefs. The Patrick Mahomes Chiefs.
Yeah, it was Alex Smith.
No, we didn't lose. All right,
It was Alex Smith.
Okay, hold on. We're going to go check out our schedule. You tell me. You're going to go tell me what our wins or losses.
I don't think Mahomes
the
was
Titans.
in the league in 2015.
The Titans.
That's an L for the Steelers.
That's a W for me. Baltimore. We'll lose to them.
Well, that's 2 losses right
No. 6-1. Okay.
That's 2.
Dallas W. Cincinnati
lose
W.
to Dallas.
Jacksonville W. We're going to split with the Ravens. Washington W. Look at these teams are playing.
They're gonna go 6-10. No. You're going 5-11 right now.
No, honest opinion. Do you think they're going to go 10-6?
Yeah, 10-6.
Okay.
I might go less.
Name 6 losses off this team. Tennessee.
You can't do that on the Browns schedule either, or the Ravens. They're all going to be tied, and not all of them can make the
I'm
playoffs.
telling you, if we could somehow sweep, we're going to sweep Cincy. That's already 8 wins, right there. We're going to beat the Browns again. They're not good. It's 9 wins.
Lost to the Browns. What do they play?
The last week.
Week 17.
That's
an
it.
L.
Well, here's the
That's
thing.
an
You know
L.
why we might lose to them? Because we might have to sit all of our players. Because we're
We
going
got
to be
Nick
the
Chubb.
first round bye. We're gonna have Duck Hodges in the game against you, and then you guys can go manhandle us for the playoff spot.
They're not going to have.
And then you're gonna lose in the first round against Buffalo or the Chiefs.
First round bye. I think they're going to have a better record than the Chiefs.
I mean, arguably they are. Right now they do.
Ravens?
Huh? Ravens? Yes. Ravens aren't playing good. Lamar Jackson's getting coated now.
Played bombs. I don't care. They played bombs.
Who are the Browns played?
Good. Well, they lost to the 2 good teams. But
Who?
They were, so. I didn't.
The
say
Steelers?
I didn't say the Browns.
The
were good.
Steelers, and who else did they lose to? The Ravens. Okay.
Yeah, but we're talking about the Steelers, though, not the Browns.
Okay. Well, the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are really the only team that's played good teams. And that's the Bills. Did they? They played the Bills and Ravens.
Well, the Steelers' arguments are always talking about the Browns or talking about the 6 rings. That has no relevance.
I didn't bring up any rings, did I?
No.
I'm bringing up how
You brought up the Browns.
we still have
You brought up
3 guaranteed wins against the Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, Washington football team.
The Browns are winning.
The Colts we're not losing to.
The Browns,
Jacksonville,
week
Dallas.
17, 52-0. Browns.
Look at 7 wins I just named, okay? And we already have 6 or 5. How many do we
They
have?
lose
5?
at least 1 to Cincinnati.
What?
Cincinnati's a good team.
Are you kidding me? But you think the Browns will sweep them?
Yes.
And you think the Steelers will lose to them?
Baker always has his best.
We're going to leave this off here because I'm angry.